All right, so this is me testing the Emily demo. So I'm gonna go through and think out loud while I'm playing it. All right, so I don't really know. Confirm. Yes, that is my username. Is this really you? Okay. So this is a think out loud test where I just think out loud. Run program. Yes. Oh, interesting. Someone there. All right. Should there be someone? Who are you? That's interesting. I'm mainly here to keep you company, although this program has other secondary. All right, so I'm talking to an AI somehow. Wonder, it's like... So is this like an, what's her name? The first AI was called Emily, I believe. Death may not be the end of the soul, like an antagonist, I believe it's called. So is that a yes? Not necessarily. I guess, could you be more specific? Okay. Nice. I am I. Path. Yes. All right. Interesting. Ah, so I actually... That's interesting. Okay. Chat logs. So I go back and I see if I can find path. All right, go back. End of the... Thank you for completing the demo for Emily. All right, that's... if you wish to be updated on the state of the game, follow us on the social. All right. That's... All right. Interesting. So I actually really like this. It's a little bit annoying that I can't play that first program one more time. Oh, I can, maybe. Uh-oh. All right, so you're deleting all prefabs. So I think what was interesting about the game was that they actually got me somehow engaged in the way that I looked at it. Loading, yes. So to begin with, it kind of... Wow, so we're gonna take a different path. So it feels like now I did a completely different. Do you have a purpose? Yeah. That's an interesting question to ask an AI. Do you believe in the afterlife? All right, so we're kind of getting back to that. Let's try a different one. So it was interesting when you asked that question first, I actually reflected on it. But I only had these 3 options, so... And it's like, it's interesting because it does make me reflect and think. Yeah, I just had cancel last year. That kind of put things a little bit into perspective. That's interesting. So because it's like it gets a little bit personal now. And it's neither of these options. This is interesting. How can I achieve the state? Is a reasonable way to ascend then. This sounds... It is really interesting because these it's like, so it's a yeah. Okay. All right, thank you very much for... It's like this is definitely interesting, and I'm seeing like potential in being able to actually taking this forward to being something interesting, because it's like it's really answers some interesting questions, and it made me reflect a little bit. So nice little game. I typically end these demos with saying, one thing. It's like things that I liked with it. Personal. It's like aggressively philosophical, I would say. And it had some unexpected depth to it, but just having that conversation. Things that I would improve, because that's the second thing I typically look at, is maybe more different choices, or like it didn't need to lead into something. But it seems like you have these kind of conversations that goes all around, and then it leads to the same kind of choke point, if you want. And so the conversation itself is kind of a thing, but it would be interesting that it would kind of, if it could take you different directions. And then I really like that I have to now run a new program and I have to put the things from the different chat logs. I'm guessing that's the bigger perspective. So very nice game. Thank you very much for sharing this, and I hope you can use my playthrough for something. If you enjoyed this video, do me a solid and go to hiddenbydesign.net and start listening to Martin's and mine podcast, which is about design. As a game designer, I think there's a lot of value that you can get from this. It talks a lot about emotional design, colors, mental models, just, whatever. I would recommend the Flow one, which is really specifically useful for game design and what is intuitive design as well. So that's it. And if you want to test out my games, then go to polyspice.com. You can find all of the games there. And on itch.io, just look for Polyspice and you'll see it. So, thank you for watching.